What's going on, Spirit family? Sitting outside today in my car like I normally do. It's starting to chill out a little bit. 80 degrees outside, 70 degrees outside, lows of 50s. I'm excited. Until it gets cold. I like sleeping in the cold, but that's about it. I like that tropical weather. But, yeah, how y'all doing? Looking to see if I see any hawks. Haven't seen any hawks today. Also, haven't been looking, so there's that. Honestly, didn't have a specific reason or reason for recording this message today. Just wanted to record a message and talk. Nothing in particular. Love keeps popping up on my brain. Love is important. I don't know if you all have ever watched the Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls. They had a song in there. I watched a lot of them. Most of them. And then when I had kids, my kids watched them, so I've seen quite a bit of them. Anywho, I had a song in one of the episodes that went la 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 la, makes the world go round. La 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 la, makes the world go round. I mean, it does. Love drives us to do things that we wouldn't do under normal circumstances. Now, obviously, people can misuse or mistake love or actions that they do as love. And that's only because multiple reasons. One, they might not know what love is. Or two, they might be trying to get something and know that you can use things that look like love to gain an advantage or favor in order to receive whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Yeah. Hopefully you're not staring up my nose this whole video. It's okay if you are. I don't think there's much up there. A few hairs. Anywho. Spirit team, please surround me with white and gold light. Please disperse, disrupt, block, and transmute any negative energies or intentions or attachments or displacements, and reform them into nourishing aspects, the opposite of what they are, for me and for the spirit family and anybody watching this video. Thank you. I can feel it whenever everything changes. The presence around me gets calm and relaxed and clear and focused. It's exciting. It's kind of like preparing for war. That sense you get right before the battle starts, the calm before the storm. Yes, I'm clapping. I guess that was a revelation for me because I never thought of it that way before. The calm before the storm. Whenever everything chills out and pauses, and not pauses, but I guess I can say that halts. All the crazy energy stops and goes away. It's like the teacher just walked into the classroom. I guess that's because what comes next is something that's going to be shaking or altering or dislodging in some way, shape, or fashion. The storm. What? Am I going to mess up the weather over there by you? You doing hoodoo magic on me? Don't worry. I wouldn't dare mess with your weather. Though tempted sometimes. Often I'm tempted. But it's not going to benefit me. Love, 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 love. Woo. Oh man, love definitely makes the world go round. That's what it's all about. Repeating myself. What? You're repeating yourself? This guy on here sounds like a broken record. He over here saying the same thing over and over again. That's weird. It's really not. People do it all the time. I've noticed a lot of these videos that we watch. People will say the same things 3 times. They'll say it differently sometimes. Or they'll say it the same exact way over and over again. And it's like, why would they do that? Is it just filler? They're just trying to fill the video with more words. Or are they trying to get a point across? Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to get me to believe something. Did they forget what they were saying? Is that why they keep repeating themselves? I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I really don't like it. But you know, I take into consideration these people made a video. They took the time and effort and put energy and work into creating a video so that we as people could consume it. Might as well appreciate it since I'm spending my time watching it. I mean, it's not like it's doing the dishes for me or anything like that, paying my bills or scratching my back. If I can hit play and it does work for me, then hey, I give you props. I'll pay you for that. But we know that's not how that works. But it can, depending on what you're trying to accomplish and what you want to happen. Subliminal messages. Go off on a rabbit hole on a tangent. What are we tangenting about? Nothing in particular, because we're not going on a tangent. I really want to. My brain is like, tangent, say random stuff, keep talking about random stuff, and yet I'm doing it, although I don't want to do it. Why? Why am I doing it? What is control? You can feel it in your head. It's like, keep on doing random stuff. But what is control? Control is being aware of something that's going on and then having the ability to manipulate it at any point in time. I mean, it ain't got to be at any point in time, but having the ability to increases the amount of control that you have or could have. What is control? Control could be focus, staying on topic, on subject, and staying on one thing when something else is trying to distract you. Like that thing that wanted me to go off on a tangent there just a moment. Sheesh, that was crazy. Alright, now that we got that out the way, how many of my people out there can see energy? I'd like to say I can't, but it's kind of just blended into my normal seeing, so I can see energy. I can feel it, definitely, but I can see energy. Sometimes I just have to focus and I can see stuff. Whatever's there that can be seen, that I'm able to see, that's what I can see. I'm bad at seeing stuff, though. I'd like to say I'm getting better. I haven't practiced lately, but I'd like to say I'm getting better. But if any of my people out there can see energy, then maybe you can see energy around me. Maybe you can see it right above my eye, right here. If you can, what does it look like? I have an image in my head. It's my imagination. But my imagination could be exactly what it is. Mind's eye. Woo. Hmm. Funny how I said mind's eye, and my mind's eye was like, yeah, bro, that's me. That is I that you speak of. You are speaking about thou. Oh, Lord. Craziness. Not really craziness, but I just say it because it's fun to say. It's actually sameness and enlightenment. But what's crazy is the idea that it could even exist, right? I know. I know. I think that too sometimes. Like, how could our real world be like any of these animes that we be watching with all these mystical, magical powers that they have, like on Dragon Ball Z and Super and Bleach? How could our lives be like that? That's impossible. Improbable. It's all imaginary. Fantasy. Make believe. Pretend. Hmm. Let me tell you, these creators definitely got some type of imagination. They produce magnificent artwork and tell spectacular stories. In some sense, you could say that they're geniuses. That level of creativity, you would have to be. It's a lot of information to hold inside of your head. Hmm. What does it mean to be a genius? Is it your imagination and the ability to use it, in which makes you a genius? Because when you think about it, your mind governs everything that you do. So, a master of processing. If you can process all the information for said subject, you can be a master of it. A master does not mean to be the best. A master means your understanding is at a level to which it's not growing or going to grow that much anymore. But nobody can ever be a master completely because there's always other things to learn. But basics are basics. And then you have intermediate, you have expert, and it goes up and up and up. You can master the basics. You can master intermediate too. You can become a master easily just by mastering one thing. You can master waking up in the morning and getting out of the bed. That's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. If you can master that, who's to say you can't master other things? And to be a master doesn't mean that you're perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. The only perfect that exists in our world is balance. If things are in perfect balance, perfect harmony, everything will be the way they're supposed to be and happen the way they're supposed to and work the way they're supposed to. What is balance? Balance is exactly what it sounds like. Balance. There's no particular definition for balance. Balance is to be balanced. Your balance is your balance. What keeps you balanced as a human and keeps you able to function the way that you need to as a human to be able to be successful as a human and do your everyday needs without harming yourself or anybody else. That's your balance. It's as good as it gets. You figure it out. Can't tell you nothing more than that. If you gotta do jumping jacks every day to feel balanced because you got a whole bunch of energy, something, there you go. That's what you gotta do. And then even at that, good on you for understanding and finding some way to balance yourself out and becoming a master of self. It's not hard. Nothing's hard. Unless we want it to be. We can make things hard. Resistance happens for a reason. Say, for instance, if we wanted to move a car, we're going to go outside and stand in front of it or behind it or on the side of it and just push that bad boy, right? No. Resistance is a real thing. The car is built to resist being moved and moving without proper conditions for it to move. If you're not strong enough to move it, it's not going to move. So that means you need to explore another avenue. I mean, you can go work out and exercise and train and get tools and stuff like that to move the car. You can do that. You definitely can. You can work up to it. That is achievable. It's not the most efficient way to go about it, but it's achievable. Or you can go get the keys, put them bad boys in the ignition and start that bad boy up. Even if you don't start it up, you can turn the key in the ignition and take it out of park. Ooh wee. That's a whole lot easier than trying to push the bad boy while it's still in park, huh? Move it, flip it, whatever you were trying to do while it was still in park, it was definitely easier to have a key and go in there and do it the right way. Dang, it sounded so good and so simple. But what's the key? What's the key? What's the key? Alright, the key is if you're doing something and there's resistance, figure out why there's resistance. Ask questions. Test the resistance. See why you're being resisted. See why what you're trying to go after is not coming towards you or allowing you towards it or allowing you to move it or anything like that. Ask questions. If you can't figure it out by asking questions and analyzing it, go the opposite direction. You missed something. You got all the way out there to the car without the key. Why'd you go outside without getting the key to begin with and try to move the car? You knew you had the key in the house. Why'd you go outside without the key? You knew you were trying to move the car. I got it. I know what happened. You forgot the key inside because you forgot that you were going to move the car, wanted to move the car. It dawned on you that you needed to move the car for a reason, so you wanted to move it. And then you got so excited and into wanting to move the car, you were like, oh yeah, keys. I need keys. Keys to move the car. How am I going to move the car without keys? I'm not the Hulk and Superman and all that. I ain't got no tow truck. How am I going to get this car to move? Keys, Goofy, the keys. Thank you, Lila, thank you. Gosh. Shucks. Oh, man. It's exciting. That's life. That's life every day. It can be something small, too. Like trying to clean up a puddle without a towel or a mop or paper towels or a squeegee or broom or anything. Just use your hands. Maybe a cup. If you use the wrong tools for the job, you're not going to be able to do the job efficiently unless you know how to transmogrify the tools that you're using to fit the job appropriately. And if you're not an alchemicalist, you're not going to be able to do that, are you? So you might just want to go ahead and get the right tools to begin with before you start the job. What? Before? That's a lot of work. Bruh. You know what a lot of work is? Trying to move a car without keys. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Bruh. Instead of thinking about getting the keys off the table before I went outside or going back inside to get the keys because you forgot them. Hmm. Yeah. One earbud down. One earbud to go. Life is not as hard as we make it. It can be. It's definitely difficult. Life is difficult. Feeding yourself and or others, housing, clothing, funding, caring, and by caring I mean giving emotional care to people, attention, spending time with them, loving on them, speaking with them, caring. And then living, just living. Life is pretty difficult on its own. Do we have to make it more difficult? If we want to, we can, yeah. It's our choice, right? That's what we get to decide, what we get to choose. It's our power, right? Unless we're slaves or something like that. Puppets. Either or, and or both. Or just don't know any better. Ooh, my eyes almost got lost. I had to catch them. hmm. Why are you so quiet, bro? Why are you so quiet? Why are you just sitting there in silence? I don't know. I like to do that sometimes. That's what I like to do. Sue me. Yeah. You know, been doing a lot of research, my heritage and history, trying to figure out what happened to the Egyptians. Yeah, it's weird. Their history was destroyed, emasculated, decimated, obliterated, confiscated, disappeared from the face of the earth. Aside from the things that they created that could not be destroyed. Weird. Besides, who wants to live in the desert anyways? It's too hot, right? Already complaining about 90-degree weather, 100-degree weather. Imagine the desert. What would that be like? Sheesh. Talking about frying and sizzling and all that stuff. Who would want to live in a desert? That's probably why you have to wear the protection all the time so you get sunburn and all that stuff. Because sun is out there is of the issues, especially whenever you sunburn. Whenever you sunburn, you go outside in the sun and it's hot outside. The sun is like sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop if you ain't got the right protection on. Whether it be lubrication or it be you're covered up from head to toe. That sun is a vicious bad boy if you ain't prepared for it. Man, who wants to live in the desert? I mean, I don't know. What's out in the desert anyways? Isn't that where all the spooky, mystical creatures live? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Because who's going to travel in the desert to try to find them? I'm not. Are you? You can if you want to. Get lost in the sauce, my boys. And or girls. So whatever you want to do. wants to live in the desert anyways? Isn't that like the same in some way, wouldn't you think, as trying to do something that you're not supposed to do, that you're not meant to do, that you're getting resistance on? Isn't that like walking in a desert because you're not getting anywhere, you're just suffering and burning up and dying and suffering? Well, if you're growing in the process, absolutely. But is it necessary? Is it a necessary growth from this suffering? If it is, absolutely. If it's not, what you doing? You okay? You need a friend. You need someone to talk to. Did you know that you can talk to anything you want to talk to? You ain't got no space to talk to anybody, and you can't go outside? Sheesh. Go find something you like doing and then talk while you're doing it. It's okay. As long as you're not talking about anybody or anything in particular, talk. Don't be hateful towards anybody. That's not the la 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 love that makes the world go round. Remember, it all starts in your mind. It's like planting a seed. The seed grows inside you, and it allows you to move upon the seed, which was a thought. And whenever you're able to complete that thought, that's whenever the seed has completed its growth. Like a tree or a plant. Or if you gotta wait for it to bear fruit, after that stage, you wait for the bearing of the fruit. Like a tree or a plant. Life is weird. But so are we. You want me to mess you all up? Alright. We live in water. And we drink water. And when we look up into the sky, it's more water. So technically, we're just fish. You want me to tell you that I'm kidding? Science. Science. I know. It's crazy. How am I a fish? I'm not a Nemo. You got the attention span of a goldfish, flipping through all these TikToks all day. Woo. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Man, don't be the Nemo. Get lost in the sauce. Stealing other people's hands. Stuck out there in the sands. Need somebody to come save you. Father, please. I'm lost out here. Without no trees, the sun is killing me, it's burning me, scorching me, frying me up, torching me. Father, please, I'm asking for you to come and save me, please. That's what you're going to be singing. Don't do it. You're a whole person. You know what that means? That means you are a complex, unique, advanced individual in which you yourself are capable of a lot alone. All you have to do is learn things and understand things. The more you understand, the more you learn. What is understanding? What is understanding? Okay. Understanding is when you realize said subject, situation, matter for what it is in all its components. Maybe not all its components, but base level. Yeah. And how they function. You know, with understanding comes mastery. And to gain understanding, you have to spend time. The amount of time is not required. It's just you have to intentionally spend time doing whatever it is, or thinking, or whatever it is. You have to do it intentionally, and you are the only one that can do it. And once you gain whatever it is out of that said thing, then you move on to something else. You can celebrate if you want to. You just mastered something. Definitely worth celebrating. Congratulations on mastery and mastering something and growing. That's amazing. Congratulations. Every time and every little step is a success, is a win. We win all the time and we don't even know it. Every time we do something and don't fumble or mess up, even if we do something and fumble and mess up and still accomplish what we're trying to do, we're winning. Might not be perfect, but we're definitely winning. So, take your wins and strides, enjoy them, cherish them, and then you can enjoy more. That'll create space for more wins in your life because the positivity allows growth inside you as a person. And that growth allows for more things that you can absorb and keep inside you. Mastery of self. Master a piece of paper and a pen. Learn to write. Learn to draw. Learn how to make poems. Learn math. Learn how to color. Learn how to play a game. Learn how to make a game. Learn how to write a story. Short story or long. Master something. Start small. Learn how to fold a piece of paper. Learn how to sharpen a pencil. Origami's pretty awesome. Cannot lie. You can do anything. You can do a lot of things. Do some stuff. You'll be happy that you learned something new just because you know something new. Might not even be important. It ain't gotta be important. What's important is the fact that you want to do it and that you did do it. Or that you attempted to do it. That's it. If you get it, it's not important. If you don't get it, it's not important. But you tried. And you're gonna remember. And you learned something. And you experienced something. The experience is it. You can't get experience without trying. Can't pay for it either. Mastery. Get there. I know y'all can. I love you all. Shalom. And thank you.